up, guys? Quinkun here, and welcome to another one of my Manchester United career mode episodes. And thank you guys for all the feedback in the previous episode. I am going to stay with Manchester for one more season, and if Ronaldo does not renew his contract, I think that's where we're going to end it. But let's continue on, and we're going to be facing Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League. And this is a squad I'm going to use for today. We're going to have De Gea in goal. We're going to have Rafael, Nemanja Vidic, Inigo Martinez, and Fabio. We're going to have the twins on the wings. And, every time I, play the twins, they somehow manage to do a great job. And hopefully they do well in today's episode. We're going to have my man, the French beast himself, Paul Pogba, Thomas Cleverley. Yes, Thomas Cleverley. He's a very good player on this game. He's very good, just like Anderson. They like to, rush forward and come back, but they have beautiful work rates, and I love the way they play. We're going to have Nani, Jesse Rodriguez on the wings, and we're going to have Cristiano Ronaldo as a cam, and we are going to have Robin Van Persie as a striker. So I'm changing things up. I decided to play with Nani and Jesse on the wings to experiment a little, and, in most games, when it comes to the second half, I decided to use Ronaldo as a cam or a striker because he really fits there well. Normally when I play him as a left mid, he scores goals, but when he plays a cam, he gets those beautiful assists. And we're coming up against Shakhtar Donetsk, and they're a very good team. Although we did beat them 2-0 in the first leg, and don't get me wrong, that's a very comfortable lead. In most Champions League games, if you win 2-0 at home, that means that you're gonna go on in the into the next round of the competition, because that hasn't been done yet, and hopefully Shakhtar does not win the game against us today. But Shakhtar today, they played very differently, and I did go with my original 4-2-3-1 formation, and I thought that would really work out, and it did. We did have most of the ball possession, but Shakhtar Donetsk were doing a very good job, on passing balls, filtering balls, and they did score on us, and we went down 1-0. And, this is a very team that we faced in the first leg at home back in England. When we faced them in England, I guess we did have more confidence because we were at home, and, they were very timid. They didn't like to attack a lot. They did control a little bit of the ball possession, but for the most part, when we got the ball, we counterattacked, and, we did have most of the possession. So we dominated the hell out of them in the first leg, but in the second leg, it was very different. We went down 1-0, and then we give a beautiful pass to Robin Van Persie, and RVP just smashes it in back of the net. I still have doubts about keeping him in Manchester because he is having a decent season. I could sell him for a good amount of cash in the next season and get some more money. We drew 1-1 at halftime, and it's a very decent result. I wasn't expecting much going into the second leg because I gave it my all in the first leg. I put the best players, and in the second leg I wanted to experiment a little and see if players would step up and try their best. And in the first half we did do a great job. We were stepping up. The young players were going in, they were attacking, and Tom Cleverley was doing a great job. But there were sometimes when he rushed forward and left Paul Pogba behind, which kind of messed it up, because normally when I have Michael Carrick and Pogba, they both stay there, and Carrick stays back and Pogba rushes forward a little, but he does come back. But when I put Tom Cleverley, he was rushing forward too much. But I like the way he plays. Don't get me wrong, he's a very good player on this game. And, we were down 2-1. Shakhtar scored another goal, but it was 3-2 in aggregate, so it wasn't really, bothering me. They did score 2 goals at their home, but we had that 2-goal advantage. And De Gea, even though he let 2 goals in, I think he had a very good game. It was very decent. He did have some, saves in there, but he did concede 2 goals, which we have to work on. But Fabio and Rafael, they played so well in today's game. I expected a little more from them. I expected them to not let, them center balls in, because, that's our weak spot. That's everybody's weak spot, because all the FIFA aids go on in there. But, for the most part, they did have a decent game. But we did go on in the Champions League. We lost 2-1. I would want to draw or win, because they're an inferior team, but a loss for right now is decent. But the most important thing is that we continue in the Champions League, and it looks like we're going to be facing Barcelona in the final of the Champions League. Because of that final, all I can think of about right now is like just thinking that we are going to be facing Barcelona in the final, and that's very crazy because back in 09, Man U did face Barcelona, and you know, it was very disappointing. Ronaldo was in Manchester at that time, but you know, he couldn't do anything. He was doing very well. He was dribbling players. He was doing a great job, but you know, it did not cut it, and Manchester did lose in that final. And you know, it's very disappointing to see that as a Manchester and Real Madrid fan. You know, it was very heartbreaking to see my favorite team lose against Barcelona. And you know, I do have a ton of respect for Barcelona, you know, but since I'm a Real Madrid fan, I do have some hatred towards them. But I don't want to say hatred, but you know, it's what rival teams do. You know, you don't like the other team, but I do respect them. But in the second game of this episode, we are facing Sunderland, and this was a game we could really, you know, get the lead of the Premiership and get those 3 points that we really desperately needed, and we were doing a great job on that. Nani whipped one in, Rooney with the big ass head, he just smacks it in, and we were up 1-0. But they did respond, and a great save by De Gea in that second game. I didn't decide to put Lindegaard because, you know, De Gea, I want him to redeem himself, and you know, I want him to get another clean sheet in the Premiership because I want him to be the best goalie in the Premier League. You know, some people debate that he's the best, check, but you know, De Gea is a very good young goalie. You know, if Courtois would be in the Premier League, it would be a different story. I think they would be the same, but Courtois is a very, very good goalie, don't get me wrong, very freaking good. We went to halftime and we were still winning 1-0. We're doing a great job, and you know, as long as we got the win, that's all that mattered. Because the Spurs, although the Spurs, you know, they don't have Champions League action, but they do have Europa League action, and I really don't know if they're still in the Europa League, because if they're not, you know, that's some bullcrap. It gives them an advantage, you know, to win the Premier League and take that away from us. But, you know, for the most part, we did a great job today versus Sunderland. We got those 3 points. We sneaked it away from them, and that's a very good sign. We did lose our first game, but we redeemed ourselves in the second game of this episode. We get the 3 important points, and our next target is Everton. Just to let you guys know, Everton is offering me a job for their club, and they wanted to give me $45,000 a week and qualify for Champions League action. And I want to thank you guys for the feedback you guys gave me in the previous episode, the comments that you guys left. You know, I did want to switch teams, but you know, now I want to stay in Manchester because, you know, if I did go to Everton, I'll have to buy new players, start a new squad, a new philosophy, and I don't want to do that. You know, it would just be like throwing all the work I did in the trash. And you know, I've done so much work in Manchester. I've gotten Ronaldo back, I've got Pogba back, I got a great defensive line, and I just don't want to throw that away. And you know, I am going to stay in Manchester. I'm going to make it stronger, make it better, and I'm going to develop the players that we have here and probably buy some more players to make it even better, because Manchester is known for having great players, and you know, it's time to move on. It's time to get rid of Van Persie, you know, all the old players, and it's time to get a more youthful squad. But we were facing Everton, and Wilfried Zaha started us off on the right foot. He scored a spectacular goal for us, and Wilfried Zaha was stepping up. You know, I don't really use him that much. I use him when I need to use him, when, you know, the fitness on my players are low, but he's overall a very good player. He has great speed, great shooting, and a beautiful pass by Alexander Pato. And as you guys saw, Spurs are in back of us, and they played one more game with us. So if we won this game, we're going to take the Premiership, and we only have a couple of games left in this season. So it's almost over, and we're almost close to the next season, and I'm very excited. I can't wait to do that. The second season is going to be much better. I'm going to put much effort into it, and you know, I wanted to secure my lead against Everton because they do have a great goalie, and we did have an opportunity there, but it did hit off the crossbar. Very bad luck, and they do score a goal, and it was 1-1. Jesus Christ, what do I have to do to keep a clean sheet in this damn game? Lindegaard loses a clean sheet, and I did put him in. I decided to switch some players out because I used too many players I used in the Champions League, and I want to give some players a rest. And Ronaldo hasn't scored in 3 games. Very disappointing. I thought he would do something, but he still hasn't. But Ronaldo's still a great player. He has 27 goals in the league, 9 in Champions. So overall 36 goals, not very bad. You know, when he was in Manchester, he averaged 30 goals. And in his last season, he did score 40 goals. You know, I would want him to score more goals, but he has been doing a great job. But it's the end of the episode and we drew versus Everton. Remember, if you guys enjoyed this episode, remember to leave a like and comment, and we're almost close to the end of the season. Leave a like for that. We're facing Southampton in the next game, but I'm Quinkun and I'll see you next time.